Hello. So, we are back, hopefully, with a fourth installment of Chrono Trigger. Hopefully, this one will go off without any more technical difficulties like we had last time. I'll actually be utilizing 2 slave slots, so just in case that does happen again, I will just, redo the video instead of posting the broken one, like part 3. But anyway, in part 3 we did manage to get the broken Masamune from the Donataro Mountains. So we are, I believe, going to take that back to Frog and see what he has to say about having his old legendary sword back. I mean, I know what's going to happen, but maybe you don't. If this is your first exposure to Chrono Trigger, anyway. There's the new. I kind of got hung up on a rock and got attacked, but there is a new that kind of randomly appears in this forest. And eventually, when you get a character who has a charm ability, you can actually get a rare but mostly useless item for Chrono, a weapon for Chrono, from it. So, maybe we'll come back here and do that. I think you can charm it from any new in the game, but this is one of them, anyway. Yeah, I kind of forgot that snake. It's probably better to attack the frogs first, because that snake will heal itself by attacking those other frogs that appear with it. New tech for Chrono, new tech for Luca, new dual tech for both of them, and a dual tech for Chrono and Marley, too. That's not bad. Hey, buddy. Actually, we don't take it back to Frog yet, do we? We went into this forest for no reason. We're actually supposed to take it to Melchior in the present day, so we'll make our way back out and do that. I kind of forgot already myself what we're doing here, I guess, or, how to get through this part. That's fine. Might as well grab a free shelter while we're by the Guardia Forest here. Okay, so now we'll go back to the canyon here and get the time gate, and then we'll go back to, I guess, the Medina village time gate to the present day. That's closest to Melchior. So we'll come out of those 2 imps' cabinet again. Which is kind of funny. Tabby has joined us. Alright, so which time gate is it? There we go. Hey. What are you doing? Alright, here's our one of our little mascots. Hey, baby. Alright. You can actually eat this slice of cake on the corner of the table, but it's just a one-time full heal, but it doesn't come back, so there's not a whole lot of point to it. Alright. Here we go. I don't even remember that cutscene. Alright, what's going on here? We'll talk to the guy at the end of time. That should be a good hint. very helpful. I know what's wrong. We have to go to Tata's house, the would-be hero, and talk to him. I think that's it. And if it's not, I might just start this whole part over again to, you know, look up what I'm supposed to do and get us back on track before I actually start playing. But I think that's it. I got a couple free tech points by mucking around like this anyway. I don't know what my favorite music track in this game is. This is a good shout, though. The Middle Ages Overworld. That's a good track. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have to go to Tata's house, because I think when he reveals that he's not really the hero, I think he coughs up the hero medal, and that, I think, is what triggers Frog to talk to us again. Yeah, here we go. What? See what Grandpa upstairs says. XRRX, and of course RXXR is the scorekeeping robot in the future that keeps track of your times for your races with Johnny, if you choose to keep doing that minigame anyway. Alright, so try to avoid all of those. Okay, here we go. The hath returned. I mean, we've got the Masamune. It's a little banged up, but I mean, probably caught something. So obviously that sparkle is a hint to go through his stuff and find the rest of the Masamune. Yeah, so now we have to go to Melchior, and then he directs us to prehistoric times. Alright, so we wasted a couple minutes, but we're on track now, anyway. Now I'm paranoid because this is one of the issues last time, of course, was my camera freezing, so I keep checking myself to make sure I'm still moving in the little box here. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to avoid the battle in this spot, whether you're coming or going. It's either the two imps on the being carried by the birds if you're coming in, and it's the imp and the pulley if you're going out. But yeah, I don't think you can avoid fighting there. Unfortunately, because after the first trip to this time period, it's pretty much just busy work. Nothing else to say for him yet, I guess, but we'll pick up Robo. I think we'll put him in instead of, let's keep Marley for now. We'll swap Luca out. So, I think one of these gates should go to it. Yeah, Mystic Mountain. 65 million BC. I know when this game was made, the common usage hadn't yet shifted, as it has in most historic circles today. Hadn't shifted to BCE and CE before Common Era and Common Era, which kind of in standard. Oh, we have to go to Melchior first. Sorry, I'm all over the place this time. Yeah, we should have gotten attacked there, but we actually do have to meet Melchior first. Then he sends us to the past. Not so much technical error so far, at least this time, but brain fart errors, I guess. Yeah, anyway, I think I've mentioned before, I'm actually, one of the things I do is, I actually am an instructor of history courses, adjunct so far, but yeah, in most common parlance nowadays, in the academic field at least, it's mostly switched to BC and CE just to have a non-religious reference to the time period. It kind of replaces BC, before Christ, and AD, Anno Domini. They refer to the same time periods, of course. It's just, again, using a non-religious or a secular version of it. But that wasn't really common, I guess, in 94, 95 when this game was being made and when it was released, so they used BC and AD, which of course suggests that this fantasy world apparently has a Christian tradition to it. It did have the cathedral, I guess, in medieval times, but yeah, apparently fantasy Jesus exists in this world, so... Anyway, yeah, this is what we wanted to happen, finally. So we show him the broken Masamune. The Masamune, of course, actually a mainstay of the Final Fantasy series. It refers to Musashi Masamune, is that the right name? No, I'm second-guessing myself. But anyway, a famous samurai from Japanese folklore, mythology, history. I think it's a combination of all of the above at this point, but he was a historical figure anyway. But yeah, Final Fantasy I introduced the Masamune as, I think it was the strongest sword in that game. The last time I played through it, which was actually very recently, like a month or two ago, I finished my last playthrough of Final Fantasy I, the NES version, the original. Yeah, I think I had a ninja in that game. I used fighter, ninja, or knight ninja after the class change. Knight ninja, white mage, or white wizard and black wizard. I think I actually gave the Masamune, even though it's the strongest sword in the game, I gave it to the ninja because I could still keep Excalibur on the knight, which is, I think, the second strongest. It's one of the strongest weapons in the game anyway. And the ninja can't use the Excalibur sword, so I kept that on the knight, and I gave the Masamune to the ninja. Worked fine. But yeah, the Masamune has appeared in most of the, if not all of the Final Fantasy games since then, usually as either an ultimate weapon or in, like, Final Fantasy VII, it was Sephiroth's sword. So yeah, it appears in, I think, just about every Final Fantasy. 6 might be the exception, unless you're playing one of the newer translations, in which case I think it does possibly appear as Cyan's ultimate weapon. I could be wrong on that, but the last time I played through 6 was the SNES version, with the original Ted Woolsey translation, which did change. I think the Skyrender was the strongest sword for Cyan in that, but I want to say that might be the Masamune in other translations. Anyway, we're obviously being directed now to go to 65 million BC to get the red stone to fix the Masamune. Let's just see if he has anything we need. Maybe We have a couple extra shelters. We got the one free one last time we were in the past. We'll bump that up to an even 50 for mid-tonics. There's not really a lot of time for the regular tonics to be really useful in this game. It really switches pretty quick to the mid-tonics being your kind of go-to healing item. Alright. Now I think we might get a different quote from the old man here. And yeah, he once again just directs us to the prehistoric times. And we meet a new character very soon, as in momentarily, once we actually get to this time period. I think I was thinking of Miyamoto Musashi, but there was Masamune was a famous maker of katanas in medieval Japan, I believe. Hopefully I have it right now. I haven't read up on that kind of stuff in a while. And as far as my historical, I mean, my specialty is American history, 19th and 20th century. 18th, 19th, and 20th century, really. But anyway. Yeah, that rocket roll does some damage to these guys. And we're gonna start getting petals, fangs, feathers, and I think horns are the fourth one. Items from enemies in this time period, which are actually trading items. You can trade them in for equipment instead of just paying money for them. Alright, another rocket roll here. There she is. And I'm not sure what she's doing to Chrono there, but I suspect it might be a little bit over the E rating this game. Actually, this game was a KA rating, which was the predecessor to E for the ESRB ratings. I think they changed that from KA to E from probably 1999 or so, I think. So this is Ayla. I assume named, there was a book series by Gene All. Clan of the Cave Bear was the first book. I think Eternity's Children might be the overall series title. I only read the first one years and years ago, like middle school. And I should read it again because it was pretty good, as I recall. Probably better than pretty good. But, yeah, it was basically Ayla was the heroine of that story, the main character, and she was a cave woman. It was set in prehistory. I should check that book out again. I don't have it anymore, but yeah, Gene All, I think, A-U-E-L was the author. I assume that's who this Ayla was named for, anyway. But yeah, Ayla, she never gets magic, but she is a very physically strong character. She also, to spoil it, she's the one who eventually gets a charm technique. She won't start with that, but yeah, she starts with a charm technique that is this game's version of Steel or Mug. There is no Mug in this game, like Final Fantasy, but Steel is what charm does. And you can get some great rare items that you can't get other ways. So she becomes one of the more kind of constant, almost constant party members as the game goes on. Not always, I don't use her in every part of the game, but quite a few parts she does end up getting used for. And she also gets some very good double team or double tech moves with Chrono also. with all characters, but Chrono especially, they get a double tech called Falcon Hit, which basically draws a line across the screen, damaging all enemies along that horizontal line. So we just follow her for now, we don't get to actually use her quite yet. Incidentally, how's Robo doing? We should be getting that Robo Tackle soon. We really want to have him get the heal beam in the not too distant future. How many of these can I hit with the Cyclone move? Yeah, we'll do the rocket roll. Hit all of them. I don't think these guys... I guess they are. I was going to say I didn't think these guys were quite as weak as the Reptites to rocket roll, but it took them all out. Just do regular attacks on these. It's raining again, that's different. It's been raining incessantly for the past couple of weeks. My lawn looks terrible, and I can't get my guy. This is such a suburban first world problem, but yeah, it's because it's been so wet, my guy hasn't been able to come. He's been behind on all of his... Just do a laser spin here, he's been behind on all of his other work at the beginning of the season, I guess. So yeah, the grass like in front of the house is like growing up to like above the foundation to the bottom of the siding. It looks horrible. Hopefully later this week we'll be able to get that. I'll be able to get that cut. But yeah, first world suburbanite issues, I guess. I always feel bad about fighting the ones that are just dancing around that rock, but I would like to get the tech points for them this time, so we won't pick on these guys after this, probably, but just to get the experience and especially the tech points out of it for now. That did almost nothing. Let's try the slash move since that's physical. I think we can get... I guess we can't get 3 on one slash, but... Oh, they moved just... They moved like right after I put in the command and broke the straight line for the slash move. There we go. That still did almost nothing. These guys have high defense. And then Marley hits a physical for 102 damage. Go figure. I don't know. Yeah, so we got 8. I don't know if I ever saw that happen. Because I usually avoid that last battle. I did just want to get the tech points this time. So I think you can heal for free in this hut. Yeah. That's that. I don't think we really needed to do that because we have the feast scene here. And I think we automatically get healed off of that. This guy's a shop, but maybe it's not this guy. There's another guy that's a shop with very few items, but the main way to get equipment in this time period is actually trading with this guy. And we're not allowed to do that yet. There's a hint to use thunder. There's a hint about the new hiding in the hunting grounds. So yeah, this guy's the regular shop, and he doesn't have very much available, but even out the number of heals we have. But yeah, the actual armor and weapons come from the trader. don't think we went to it, but this is the same music that plays. There's like a prehistoric reenactment dance at the fair in present day, and it uses the same music as this scene, so apparently they did pass the music down. So eventually we dance with Marley, and then we do a soup eating contest with Ayla, and that ends this scene. So we learn about Azala, the head of the Reptites. So I think this is where we this is the time on Sprockets where we dance. Some disco action there. The old climbing the ladder dance. Yeah, he actually cancels it. Yeah, so you have the climbing the ladder, you get the laughing, you get the disco move, which is just his sheathing, unsheathing animation. Like the first frame of that. And then you got bang your head, mental health will drive you mad here. Alright. Nah, I'm done. Robo's still trying to eat the food. Alright, this is... So Ayla challenges us to the soup eating contest to get the redstone. And plenty soup. And I'm gonna do this even though I have my ASCII pad that I'm playing this with. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not gonna use turbo. I'm gonna do this the right way. So, do some button mashing. There we go. I want to say another the DS translation of this. I think it might actually be a little more clear that this is something alcoholic and not soup that they're doing this contest with. Maybe I'm making that up. I haven't played the DS version in a while, but... Yeah, so the Reptites stole the gate key, which is not very good. So nobody ate. What do we have on this spread? We got a bunch of fish heads. We got some grapes, bananas. I don't know if that's a tomato or like the bottom part of a watermelon, maybe. We got some snouts of some kind. There's that big thing. Nobody ate that big thing of meat on the side, the one behind Robo. So, for this part, I think... I mean, Robo's the level behind currently, which isn't pretty much inconsequential. He'll probably catch up pretty quickly. But, again, I do want to make sure he gets the heal beam as soon as possible also. So I think we'll pick Robo for this part. I often use Marley, or sometimes Luca. Luca's actually good in the dungeon we go to for this part. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Robo for now. So let's go to the hunting ground and, wholesale slaughter the enemies here to get trading items. Probably one trip we should be able to get enough to get most, if not all, of the equipment. So we could do it just a cyclone on these. When it starts raining here, we can try to find the new, and if we beat the new, we get a bonus of quite a few trading items, and also quite a few tech points and experience points. I haven't even looked at Ayla's stats or starting equipment yet. I forget what items she starts with. Let's do that. So she starts with the Power Scarf, and what I think I'm going to do, because her attack is way higher than Chrono's, I'm going to take that Power Scarf off of her and give that to Chrono. And I'll give her Chrono's Power Glove. And she can just keep that armor and helmet, because we can get those items for our other characters anyway. Oh, alright, so try to find the new. That's one spot he can appear. Another spot is up here and he's not there. So how do we get through here? I think we can go this way. Yeah, I missed him. Just wait for it to rain again. We'll try to clear all the encounters in the hunting grounds. Level up on Chrono and Robo. Ayla will get her first tech pretty soon. Just do regular attacks on these. So, kind of go down here and wait for the rain to come back. Let's just see how our stock of items is doing. Pretty good. A lot of feathers. Alright, here we go. Raining. Where is the new? Oh, come on. I think he can show up down here too, but play. Alright, so I think that was most, if not all, the encounters, so we'll just leave and come back to reset the hunting grounds, and hopefully we can find the new this time. There's the Robo Tackle for our metal friend. I think the Heal Beam is his next technique. We can check that after this fight. Ooh, big critical. Yeah, Heal Beam. Needs almost 400 tech points to get it, but... Alright, there's the rain. Down here. Not there. Where the hell is he? There he is. We got him. Alright, she still hasn't gotten her kiss move. So the new has 2 attacks. One takes all but 1 of your HP on one character, and the other takes 1 HP. So potentially, the new can actually kill you pretty quickly. I'm gonna do Heal Beam. There we go. So yeah, 30 tech points. On those instances where you do have to grind to get tech points, this is not a bad place to do it. We get the 3rd eye too, which I think increases your evasion. It's not a relic I usually use, but you only get that the first time you beat the new. Alright, so let's trade for some stuff. Fang. Ruby Cotton, that's for Luca, obviously. Petal Horn. Hey, get down. Get down. Tabby's trying to... I just put a poster, a Marble Madness, just a printout, but a poster of the Marble Madness ad. I added that to the wall over there, and Tabby was just stretching up, trying to get to it. What are you doing? Alright, so Flint Edge is for Chrono. We didn't do Petal Feather, I don't think. Stone Arm, yeah, that's the Robo weapon. And then we can get Stone Helms and Ruby Vests for the other folks. I think it's probably okay to get, you know, just 2 of each of those for now, and then we can get them for the other characters probably after the dungeon here. And it's actually not a bad idea to get an extra set also for Frog when he comes back into the party. I think we can actually get 3 sets now. So yeah, we'll want to get an extra Ruby Vest and an extra Rock Helm before we leave the time period. Just have to remember to do that. Alright, so we're out of fangs. So yeah, we can get everything we need, but we should be fine. And if not, we can always go back to the hunting ground again. There is eventually a second set, a higher tier of equipment that this guy gets, so you have to do the trading all over again. So there's the Flint Edge, Rock Helm, Ruby Vest for Chrono. She already has them. Stone Arm, Rock Helm, Ruby Vest for Robo. Rock Helm, Sage Bow. Ruby Vest for Marley, and Ruby Gun. And we don't have a Rock Helm for her, and we don't have a Ruby Vest for her. We might actually not even wanna... Let me see what the Ruby Vest does to her stats. See, I'm thinking we might want to actually keep the Tabin Vest on Luca, because even though it does increase her defense quite a bit, the Tabin Vest also has the built-in fire protection. It might even be more fire protection than the Ruby Vest. And it also increases her speed stat. So yeah, I'm thinking we may want to issue the Ruby Vest for her. And then we want to heal up, obviously. And then we're going to the little maze south of here. So yeah, we want to get at least one more, maybe two more Ruby Vests, and two more Rock Helms for Luca and for Frog. Yeah, again, this got a KA rating. Kids are watching. So we have to go through this little maze, and then there's actually a dungeon after it. A fairly short one, but... Well, these guys are kind of annoying. What are you doing under there? Sorry, Tabby is, I don't know, picking at something on the bottom, underneath this futon. So let's try that drill kick move we got for Ayla and Chrono. That did some damage. So there are a bunch of chests in this maze, and they're relatively, I wouldn't say they're well hidden, but they kind of blend in with the scenery pretty well, so it's easy to miss some of them. Let's do the drill kick again on the ape, and do the laser spin with Robo. Hit everybody at once. That did next to no damage, but it was still enough to take out the winged ape. we go. Oh, okay, up and around. That's how we do it. I think these guys are reasonably weak to the rocket roll. We need to heal Chrono, too. So my thought is, for this session, I'll try to keep it a little short. Again, part 2 was like 2.5 hours, and I don't really feel like playing that long right now. I might do a longer part next time if I'm able to record either tomorrow or the next time I'm able to. I'm just making sure we didn't miss anything. That's the way we came. So yeah, I'll probably do part 5 as a longer one. This one I'll probably keep relatively short. We'll do what we need to do in this prehistoric time. We'll get the Masamune back. We'll go ahead and get Frog back, and then for the storming of Magus's castle, we'll hold off on that for the next part. That's a longer dungeon, and it's definitely a memorable part of the game, and it really feels like a final dungeon almost when you first play it. I think we got just about everything here. Just making sure we didn't miss any chests. Let's see how rocket roll works on these. Forgetting to heal Chrono, too. Okay, so we should be able to get a heal beam on him, or a cure beam, rather. I think we have everything we need here. Unless there's another chest up there. I don't think there is, but we can check it. Oh, I meant to target the ape with Robo's attack there. Because that should only need one more hit, especially if it's that critical like that. Alright, just to double check. And I think we already went up here even. Maybe not, since we didn't have that encounter before, so... come on, Robo. Is there anything up here? No, it just loops around, I think. Yeah. That might even be the way we came the first time. Alright, so let's get out of here. There we go. Alright, let's use a shelter real quick. Let's save it on this slot again, just in case we have any catastrophic technical problems. That way I I can go back to before we started this part. I think that's how we'll do these going forward, just in case that weird glitch with the capture card happens again. So I think we can avoid those things. At least some of them. The versions of this enemy we fought before were only weak to magic. I don't remember if that's the case still or not. Let's try a laser spin, just to see. Oh yeah. That did it. So we want to hit this guy with lightning first, which stuns him and lowers his defense. And then we'll try to do a double attack on him with Robo and Ayla. Ooh, that did it. Alright, so there's a couple items here. Oh, Rock Helm. So, yeah, we only need one more, I guess. So we'll put that one on Luca. So yeah, we just need one more Rock Helm for Frog, and one, maybe two Ruby Vests, and we should have no problem getting those. I think we probably have all the stuff we need to get those already. Do the Rocket Roll, so that should wipe all of these out. Lightning will actually lower the defense for the Reptite also. If we had Lightning 2, we could just zap them both at once. But the Megasaur is way more dangerous, so we'll make sure to take him out first, since we do only have Lightning 1. Oh, that Rock Throw thing. It's actually a sleep spell. I forgot that, or a sleep effect. Full Ether, that's pretty good. Fight this guy too. He probably summons another Megasaur. So, lightning on him. Do the spin kick on him. She didn't receive the sleep effect that time. Techniques first. Yeah, Robo almost down to the 200 mark on him. We should get her cat attack fairly soon. Calm down now. I guess there wasn't. For some reason I was thinking there was a hidden tab there. So yeah, here the ape is easily the most dangerous of these enemies, so try to get rid of him first. for one. I can't forget what's through this door. This might just be an exit. Yeah, there might actually be a couple other hidden items if you keep going through those holes. I don't really remember. I'm not going to bother with it right now. I don't think there's anything crucial, so... and it reset this cave. Oh well. I think there's a save point fairly soon, so we can use another shelter there. Robo's almost out of MP. Alright, so these guys we should be able to take out fairly easily. There's the save point. Is this Nizbel? I know there's a boss here. Yeah, I think Azala sends Nizbel after us, the first Nizbel, because there is a second one. I don't think this choice makes any difference. I can tell her what it is. I should say, I always kind of assumed Nizbel was female, but I'm not sure if that's actually the case. I don't think they ever really specify in the text in the game. It's just a Triceraton from Ninja Turtles. So we don't have Volt Bite yet, which works well on the second encounter with Nizbel. I guess he's actually Nizbel too. We eventually fight a powered up version of him. But by that point we'll have Volt Bite on Chrono and Ayla, which is a double attack. And that does quite a bit of damage to him. For now, this strategy seems to be working. Zap him with Lightning 1 and then have Ayla and Robo do their double attack. We will need to heal here. So we can take that once, but we probably don't want to chance taking a second hit of it without healing first. So we'll do Cure Beam. And then we'll heal Robo on the next round. Or heal Chrono, rather, on the next round. Kiss on Chrono. Hope Marley doesn't see that kiss move. If you haven't figured it out yet, Chrono and Marley end up being the kind of couple in this game. They're the love interests. Ooh. That was a fairly short time between those electrocution waves. Alright, so we need to heal up again. Kiss on herself. Cure Beam on himself. Just do lightning first, and then Robo can, or keep doing that. Chrono can use a mid-tonic on himself when his turn comes up again. There we go. Again, jeez. Let's just do mid-tonics on everybody for that round. I honestly kind of even feel that the first encounter with Nizbel is actually a little bit tougher. I mean, it's not tough when you know what you're doing, but it is slightly tougher, I think, than the second fight with him, even though theoretically the second version of Nizbel is actually more powerful. You have better moves like the Volt Bite by that point, so you can actually take him down even more easily. Like, again, this isn't really hard, but he is hanging in there. He takes quite a few hits to bring down, and he does keep doing that electrocution wave thing. Healing round here. Yeah, like that stomp thing doesn't do a whole lot of damage on its own, but when you've already taken the electrocution wave, it actually does kind of pile up. We'll have Ayla do another heal on her, so we'll do a tonic this time. Cure Beam on himself. Another lightning, and then we'll just wait for Robo's turn to come up again, hit another spin kick, and he shouldn't have much left. He should only need to... There it is. I was gonna say, he should only need one or two more of these. If she was behind us, why didn't she just, you know, hit us from behind while we're fighting Nizbel? Alright, we got the gate key back. And as you could probably guess, we indeed will be back. So that didn't automatically heal us, and it's not letting us do... Probably if we go out and come back in, we can use the free in there, but we can just use the water vendor. So we want one more. No. Is it? No, that's not it. Yeah, it's Horn and Feather is one of the items. Alright, so yeah, we need one more Rock Helm. And which is the Ruby Vest? That's Petal and Horn? Oh, we don't have enough horns. Maybe it's, hopefully, it's Fang and Feather. We don't have enough. Huh. Alright, let's do one quick round on the hunting ground. I always like, when I'm using Robo, I like having him in the back slot. It doesn't make a difference, but because his sprite is so big, it just looks better, I think, to have him kind of behind the other characters. So got Ice Tackle on Robo. Those frogs have the items we need, so we'll just find another set of those. And that should be enough. Let's see. I always forget where that power meal comes from. I forget where you get that. I don't think I've ever actually used it. And we still only have 5 horns. Fight 2 more sets of the frogs, I guess. Here. So what are we trying to get? Two ruby vests, right? Which I think is Fang and Feather. Yeah. Alright, so we got one. If we don't end up using the second one, we can just sell it. It's free money. I didn't want to trade again. Alright, so we'll go back to Luca here. Yeah, so it actually has the same fire defense as the Tab and Vest, I think. But Tab and Vest has the speed boost. I'm just going to leave that on her, I think. So yeah, either somebody else will end up using that second ruby vest, or we can just sell it again. I'll keep one once they're obsolete, but the rest can get sold. And again, it's basically free money since we didn't have to pay anything to get it to begin with. Alright, so back to Melkier. And this fight's almost impossible to miss, but we can heal up again at the end of time. How's Robo doing on that heal beam? Okay. old man says. So we're going to Funky Cold Medina Village here. That's where they do the wild thing. Can't believe I made 2 Tone Loc references in a row there. I always thought this was kind of cool how Robo helps. Luca, if you don't have Robo in the party, and I think if you have Robo and Luca, I think then Luca is the assistant, but I don't know, I always thought it was cool having Robo be the assistant for this. They say different things at different points during this scene. Use your Dreamstone and your mug of beer. Great music track there too. That's the overworld music for the Kingdom of Zeal, which we haven't been to yet. It's actually, it plays in the game here before you actually get to the place that it is meant to set the scene for. But yeah, I love that music track. Just throws that in at the end. Would you like to buy something? Actually, let's grab. We used some mid-tonics, so let's buy some of those. We probably used around 5, so buy up to 55. Yeah, it is the nice thing about the medieval era, is both sets of weapons that you can get there and armors. You don't have to pay for, you just have to get the trading items, the petal, fang, fang, horn, and feather. So yeah, you basically get them for free. You don't have to spend your cash, which is nice. And we don't need to keep checking in with the old man, but again, he says different things at different points, so it's kind of neat to see what he says. Nope, wrong one. So we want to go to... Which one is... There it is. Somehow forgot which one went to the medieval era. So yeah, we'll get the sword back to Frog. We'll kind of get... We'll go... I think we'll save, like, at the foot of Magus's castle. So we'll do everything we need to get to that point, and then we'll save and quit for tonight. And pick up with Magus's castle, which is quite a good part of the game. It's one of my favorite dungeons for sure. So we'll get to do that on the next part. Well, Martley got a cure. Hey, you want this? So we get a flashback that reveals some of Frog's backstory. It's kind of interesting that they only used the sprite for this Frog King in this flashback. You never actually fight an enemy with that sprite. I would assume, and I could be wrong, but I would assume that they probably intended to, like, you know, have Frog get revenge on this Frog King, or have an enemy with the same sprite at some point anyway, and it ended up not making it into the final game. But yeah, very strange that, you know, for those 10 seconds there's a completely original, completely unique enemy sprite. Yeah, that Frog King gets an original, unique sprite, and yet Frog in his human form does not. He's just has a recolored townsfolk sprite. Rather odd when you think about it. Alright, so since we haven't used Luca for a bit, we'll put her back in for now. During Magus's castle, we'll probably be rotating between all of the characters for that third slot. We do want to make sure Robo gets heal beam before that boss fight at the end of Magus's castle. And we will want to use Robo for that boss fight, but in the meantime, I think we'll probably be rotating all of it. all of the characters. Frog does not yet actually have the Masamune equipped, by the way. He is still using the Iron Sword from the Cathedral. You can't actually equip the Masamune until the next major cutscene. See how Lucas' techniques are going. Alright, so before we actually go to where we're going, now that we have Frog back in our party, we actually want to go back to the end of time first. Because, right now, Frog has Slurp and Slurp Cut, and that's it. But he will get magic attacks after speaking to Specchio at the end of time, so we want to make sure to do that before we actually go to our destination here. Just grab the shelter here. I forgot to get one when we first came back to this time period, but might as well grab that free shelter whenever we can. We are in medieval times. We're in medieval times. I don't have lyrics for the rest of this song. Alright, so I don't think the old man says anything different at this point. Maybe he does. Well, he actually does have a line for meeting Frog. And we can eventually, when we go back to the present day, we can introduce Frog to Chrono's mom, too. Specchio gets stronger and stronger looking monster sprites as we gain levels. So he's up to the ogre. You know what? Why don't we go ahead and fight him? Actually, if we win, we'll get a. I think for each form he takes, you get a different care package at the end of it. Oh, and this was a mistake because we really don't have much healing available with this party lineup. We should have done this fight with Robo or Marley. Yeah, we're probably just gonna get wiped out pretty quick. I'm not gonna bother reviving anybody. You don't get game over for losing to Specchio, by the way. He might even heal you to full. Yeah, we should have tried to beat this form of Specchio with probably Marley and Luca would have been the best party to go with for that. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so he even refills you to full, so that's nice of him. So we'll try that fight again with a party that has more healing and magic available to them. We do have, for Frog, we do have the water spell now, and he'll also, now that he has that, he'll also be able to start gaining his next tech moves again. Which I think is, he gets a heal, a group heal move. And I think the one after that is, I think that's Leap Slash, is the one he gets after the heal. Water Elemental double tech for Chrono and Frog. So yeah, that's an easy thing to forget to do, or to not even know to do if it's your first time playing the game. Get the free shelter. But you definitely want to make sure you get Frog back to the end of time to meet Specchio and get magic before you try to go to Magus's castle. Alright, so now we are going to the Magic Cave, and we get another little flashback cutscene, and then we can make our way through the cave to Magus's castle. Cyrus actually gets a unique sprite here. Although I think this sprite is used somewhere else. I think we only ever see it from behind. Yeah, I think, spoiler, in one potential ending, which we probably will not get on this playthrough, in one potential ending, Frog can turn back human in the end, and I think it's the Cyrus sprite here with his hair recolored green that they use for human Frog at that point. That's pretty epic. Alright, so we'll just go through this little cave, which is short, and save on the other side, and call it a day for this part. I think the enemies in this cave are weak only to magic, so we can use Luca's napalm, which doesn't have the star to denote it as a magic attack, but it does do magic damage. So, yeah, that wiped those out. We have to remember that there's a sealed chest here, and I think that's a good item, if I remember right. So we'll want to make sure to come back and get that when we're able to open those. Alright, so let's try to get a couple of enemies with the napalm at once. There's all three. So we can get 3 out of 4, and then what's that frog try his water spell out? So we should be able to get the gremlins with the napalm. And we'll have Frog and Chrono wipe out the rest. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can hit those 3 with the napalm bomb. I think it actually got all 4. Nice. I think that last bat flew into the blast zone right at the right time. Written in blood, watch it. We have the KA rating here. So this is a hint for an enemy we'll fight a few times in the castle. And we are on Magus's little island here. So we'll use a shelter before we go in. Drop a save. Yeah, we'll kind of alternate between the 2 save slots. So we'll drop that there, and I think we'll call it. So yeah, we'll pick up with Magus's castle in part, which part is this? This is 4, so part 5, we'll pick up with Magus's castle next time. Possibly later this week that'll be up. Maybe it'll be next Monday or Tuesday. But yeah. Fairly soon, anyway. Within the next 7 days, I would say. Part 5 will be up, so keep an eye out. For now, yeah, hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell, as the kids say. And, yeah, we will see you again real soon. Have a good night, or day, or whenever you're watching this.